Will do.
But as Sandy said, my daughter is an AVID, and I didn't tell her until last night that I would be speaking to the AVID teachers and staff. But when I told her, Aaliyah, I'm going to be speaking tomorrow to your teachers, to the AVID teachers and staff, she looked at me and she says, about what? And, you know, my daughter, she's at that age where she thinks anytime I'm out speaking that I'm going to say something about her. You know, and she's right, because I am. She's a teenager, and she's been a teenager for 6 months. So I've been the father of a teenager now for 6 months. Do any of you guys have teenagers? Have you taught teenagers? Have they left your home? Just raise your hand for a second. Okay. So I think you guys are laughing at me. Okay. But, you know, I'm a little upset with you because I didn't get the email. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. You guys could have warned me about these teenagers. So we're going to have a talk. The guys, whoever raised your hand, we're going to have a conversation after this is over. But, you know, I looked at my daughter last night and I was leaning against the wall and I said, Aaliyah, since it's all about you, you know, what do you want me to talk about? And she looked at me and she says, well, I don't know. She says, just keep it real, Dad. Keep it what? Who are you and where did you come from, kind of thing. But what I've learned in the 6 months that I've had a teenager in my home, what you guys could have warned me about was, this is a teenager, and this is their perception. And this is the world, right here. So I'm a quick study. But as Sandy said, this is her first year in AVID. And she got into AVID because one of her teachers, very good teacher, saw something in her and he says, you know, you should get into AVID. The story that I tell is that teacher looked at Aaliyah and says, you should be an AVID. You're smart. Like your father. That's the story that I tell. But in the short time that she's been in the program, I've seen something in her. I've seen a spark that has ignited. And she's already talking about possibly getting into the AIM program. So as a father that has a child in AVID, I see what you guys are doing, and Daddy likes. I like it. But from my wife and I want to say thank you. And if my wife were here, she would also say thank you. And it's not just for what you do, but it's for how you do it. Because I know that a lot of teachers teach for a living, but then you have the teachers that live to teach. And I feel that it's those teachers that live to teach that they see something in a child that the child doesn't see in themselves, and that teacher will do something about it. Like say to them, you should be in AVID. One person looked at him and said, I refuse to give up on you, and I'm not going to allow you to give up on yourself. If you guys could do me a favor right now, point at somebody at your table and say, you are that one person. Thank you. You are that one person. It was because of that jockey's words that horse got back in the race and he kept running. For you guys, as educators, as AVID teachers, you are the jockeys to many of the kids that are in your schools. There are kids in your school, those middle-of-the-line kids, like myself, that just need someone that's going to look at them and say, I believe in you. I'm not going to give up on you. Kids that just need someone, as I said earlier, that's going to say, we need to get this kid an AVID because he has potential. As I close, I sometimes imagine how my life would be if I had a jockey as a little boy. I want you to imagine that you were one of those teachers that I walked up to and says, you know, I just want to get into college prep class. I just want a recommendation. As a father that has a kid in this program, I see what you guys are doing. I believe in this program 100%. My daughter was a middle-of-the-road person, but since getting into this program, every class she sees it with new life, and she comes home talking about all of the things that her teachers are saying, and she has that excitement. One day, someone, a boy or a girl, will come up to you and they're going to say, you know what, I think I'm ready for AVID. And I believe you're going to look at them and you're going to say, you're damn right, you are. Thank you.
Advancement via individual determination. And what can happen when somebody believes in you. Thank you. Immensely, thank you. At this time, we're just going to open up for questions.